Hey there, photo friends. Welcome to Luminous-Landscape photography. 3 decades of wisdom, 1 lesson at a time. I'm Swindy, and today we're exploring what might be the most entertaining macro lens on the market. Well, at least one of the least expensive ones out there. But it's pretty cool. It's the 100 2.8 Macro 2X by TTArtisan. This manual focus marvel is opening the world of extreme macro photography across multiple systems, from medium format to full-frame mirrorless. So let's start with the compatibility of this lens. They make it for Fujifilm GFX. They make it for Sony E-mount, Canon RF, and the Nikon Z-mount. Each version is bringing 2-to-1 magnifications to these systems at a fraction of the cost of native options. Now, when we say this is a 2-to-1 macro lens, let's talk about what that really means. So, in the macro world, magnification ratios tell us how large the subject appears on your sensor compared to what that size is in real life. A 1-to-1 means your subject appears life-size on the sensor. So a 1 centimeter flower appears as 1 centimeter on your lens. But this goes further. At 2-to-1, that's saying that 1 centimeter flower appears as 2 centimeter on your lens. You're capturing twice the life size. Inside this beast of a lens, which is made of metal and glass, and that's about it, we've got 14 elements in 10 groups. 11 blade aperture for smooth bokeh, a 67 millimeter thread, and a built-in screw point for lighting. And they throw in a hot shoe mount for your flash. And yes, at 700 grams, this is a substantial piece of glass. Which brings us to our first practical lesson. A travel tripod might be great for your vacations, but it's not really suited for this lens. You need some serious support. So we're talking about capturing details at 2-to-1 magnification, and every vibration and little movement matters. On the GFX, I must say that the 2-to-1 does mean you'd have to crop in because you do see some serious vignetting of the barrel of the lens. So your tripod needs to be able to hold that camera with all its weight to maintain position. Now, let's dive into where this lens really shines. It's best if we shoot at over and around f11, f8, right around there. Because you really want to have sharp, because a little blurry is gonna be sad. But if you really want to get the sharpest image, you're gonna need a focus stack. All right, so what is focus stacking? Focus stacking is taking the same picture, but the focus point where you focus moves with each subsequent picture. Then when you have all those pictures, you combine it in post to make one final sharp image. So because of the crazy amount of focus breathing in this lens, you're really going to want a focus stack. So also to that effect, when you see something you like, a frame you like, bring it out a little bit and make it a little bit wider because the focus breathing is significant and you're going to want to have those protect the edges. Also, I would suggest using a focus assistant of some kind that's in your camera. What I did with the Fuji, I found that little green square and I put that and poked the touchscreen in to the point I wanted to be in focus, and then I used the zoom in focus dial to get exactly a look at what I want in focus, and then I would slowly take the barrel of the lens and get it right to a precise point. So once I go through 3 to 5 shots of different focus ranges, I have my stack. Then when I take that stack, this is my process. I went to Capture One. I did my light color correction with all of them, and then I exported those as high-res JPEGs and brought them into Lightroom. Once in Lightroom, I selected those images that were in the focus stack, and then I right-clicked and I said, Edit in Photoshop layers. Once I've selected all those layers, I go up to Edit and choose Auto Align. This handles a lot of the focus breathing, and you can see a lot of significant movement, but it aligns all those layers so they match up. Then we select Auto Blend from the Edit menu, and it puts them all together, sharp, sharp, from edge to edge. I must say, I needed to crop in just a little bit, just because there is a little bit of soft vignetting around the side. All right, so when I went to the Botanical Gardens, I also got some really fun pictures of some frogs. I did notice there's quite a bit of flaring that can happen with the glass, as there's really no lens hood, and any kind of light hitting it can cause a little contrast issues. You just got to be aware of that, and sometimes you put a little black tape around it if you needed to, just to help with the flare. But overall, I just stuck it right up to the glass and was able to really get some nice shots of some frogs. So native glass, probably going to be a little bit sharper, going to give you autofocus and weather sealing, but at 1/5 the cost, I think I paid about $350 for this. It's hard to ignore what we have here. It is true. It does require patience and technique. It's not about instant gratification, I don't think. I think it's about seeing something really cool and small, and you're able to bring it into a big image. I think that's pretty cool. So if you're bored of shooting the same old things, try shooting some macro. I think you might have fun with it. Well, share your macro experiments with us. We'd love to see what you discover. And if you have experience with this lens or have an opinion about this lens, please leave a comment down below. We would love to hear from you. I'm Swindy, saying stay luminous, stay bright, find that perfect light. Take care, y'all.